Tell us about your experience with accessing therapy services to help with feeding after you went home.
Fairly easy because my other NICU baby already has feeding therapy in place. They were aware that Casey was gonna be a preemie, so they made it very easy. As soon as I let them know that Casey was born, and they told me whenever you know more or less when it's discharged, let us know. We can come evaluate her. So that was very easy. A lot of it was because the speech therapist that my baby has in place, her case manager, my other one, they were very quick to get on the ball about it. So it was very easy to get her started on feeding therapy.
So when we got home, immediately we wanted to start therapy so we can continue with the progress that he was doing. We were referred to ECI, early childhood intervention, and yes, the physical therapist came out and occupational therapy came out, and they were wonderful. OT was going to be taking care more of the feeding concerns at that time. And then along the way, our pediatrician recommended a feeding clinic. So we went ahead and moved forward with also doing a feeding clinic. That was a little bit more challenging as it gets longer process to get authorized and for the eval, and it was a lot of back and forth, and I had to be calling often. So we did our eval. A month later, we started. We were able to do like 4 sessions, feeding sessions, and then they notified us that they were going to close and that they were going to discharge other patients. So we had to start from square one again with feeding. So feeding therapy has been extremely difficult and challenging to get. Frustrating, most definitely. So I reached out to the ECI case manager again, and I said, by any chance, is there a feeding therapist available now? Because at the beginning there wasn't. And she was like, yes, there actually is now. So yeah, we're going to be starting with the ECI feeding therapist here pretty soon. And we're our best, trying to address those feeding concerns. But a therapist that does feeding therapy is extremely hard to come across. And not everybody's trained for that or feel comfortable with it. So he hasn't seen a feeding therapist since mid-December. December, I think 9th was the last time that he saw a feeding therapist. And actually just yesterday, the ECI therapist came back. The ECI therapist came to do her evaluation. So it's been 2 months-ish, no, a month and a half.
PT and OT, every time they visit, they all have their own suggestions, tips. So we definitely take that into mind. And whenever we're at the grocery store, we'll maybe try a new bottle or a new cup, or just fix up a little bit of food for him a certain manner to see if he might take that. And sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. Really, even with the same kind of food day after day, he'll accept it. He won't, depending what his mood might be.
I remember 2 days before we were discharged, which was a really busy 2 days for us. I got this phone call from the therapy 2000 group that we were using, or that were referred to us. And they kept contacting us about getting ready for speech, OT, and PT. And I never once spoke to anybody, but they left messages and they just sent the information over to me, and I was able just to fill it out on my own, send it to them. And literally a week or 2 after we were home, they started therapy. So that right there really helped a lot, because even though I didn't really talk to anyone per se, they just said, I'm going to send this information over to you, fill it out, send it back, and we can get started. So that helped out a lot. As far as the G-tube go, it was different. I was nervous about just like pressing too hard on his stomach, and am I, pushing on his stomach too much when I hold him or pick him up. But, after a week or 2 of using it, it was just like second nature. It was very easy to use. the machine that they sent to us, we got training on that. So that was easy to use. I mean, it was just very smooth sailing for us and for Rylan as well. Speech had us working on, first we did pacifier dips. So with puree or the formula that he was on. And then we gradually went up to trying a bottle with like an ounce in the bottle just to see how he would do. This is when it became like a yay boo because we thought he was ready. We thought he was doing great. And we worked on the bottle feeding for about a month. And then we did another swallow study and found out that we were still aspirating. So we couldn't quite come off the tube yet. So we just continued to work slowly with the bottle feeding. So she would have me like do pacifier dip exercises with him, bottle feeding, of course, try to get him to take 1 or 2 ounces 2 times a day. Just make, me monitoring his signs of him aspirating. And then from there, we just kind of went up to from 1 to 2 ounces to 3 ounces, maybe once a day and on a preemie nipple. And then we would also use, I believe it's called I'm going to probably mess this up, but EMS or emesis or something, where they stick the little electrode stimulators on the back of or on the side of his neck to trigger those swallowing muscles so that he can recognize I need to swallow. And we did that for probably a month or so. And we went for another swallow study in July of 2022, and he passed. He passed the swallow study. So we were able to bottle feed, and we did purees. And then we would slowly work our way up to like mashed potatoes and mac and cheese. It's more softer, but high caloric foods. It took a while for him to his gut to accept the breast milk or any kind of dairy that like cheese or anything like that.